Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MEDEX graduation. My name is Terry Scott. I'm the program director. We're glad to have you here. Would you please stand and join me in welcoming MEDEX Spokane Class 20. Again, my name is Terry Scott, and I want to welcome you all to this very special time, the graduation ceremony for MEDEX Spokane Class 20. This is a big day for everyone, and it's a special moment for the graduates. They've worked very hard, sacrificing time with family and friends to complete this journey. Today marks the end of your time with the MEDEX program and the beginning of your careers. I want to be one of the first to say congratulations to you all. We recognize the challenges you have faced in meeting a goal of this magnitude. We recognize also that something of this magnitude is never accomplished without the support of family, friends, and others. So I would ask that the graduates please stand, turn to the audience, and recognize those who have helped you attain this goal. Thank you. So I'm just going to briefly review, for those in attendance, the agenda for this morning so you can kind of know what to expect. This MEDEX prides itself, while this is a formal ceremony, we pride ourselves in the informality of this as well. So as we go through these ceremonies, and you'll have opportunities for photos, etc., please don't be afraid to get out of your chair and take a picture of your graduate as they come across the stage. We know that this is an important time for everyone, family, friends, and everyone. So while we're formal, we're also informal, so please take advantage of it as you see fit. So as a brief review of the agenda, we're going to have some welcoming remarks from some dignitaries from the School of Medicine, from here at the university level at Gonzaga. We're fortunate in that we have some keynote speakers from the School of Medicine. The students have student leaders that are going to also speak to you. We're going to present some awards, and we're going to then award some certificates. Then we'll have some closing remarks. I also want to say very clearly to folks that before the graduates get out of here, we would like to get one last photo of you as a cohort, because this is that last opportunity for us. So please don't leave, and we'll get you up on stage and do that. I'm also reminded that I need to take care of some official business. I'm asked to let folks know that the fire exits, please follow the fire exit signs if there's an emergency that does come up, and there's staircases on either side as you exit the door, and just follow them down and out the building should an emergency occur. We hope that it doesn't, but I'm asked to ensure that I get that, and so I've taken care of that, so thank you. So MEDEX is fortunate to have a dedicated group of talented faculty and staff. They're listed in your program. The leader of the Spokane site is Michael Smith. He's an extraordinary leader for the site, and he will step forward to introduce our guest speakers. So, Michael.
Didn't expect that, so thank you. No, I truly appreciate that. Today is a wonderful day, and I want to take this opportunity to say congratulations to all the graduates, but I also want to say thank you to all the family members and friends who came out today to support your significant others. This is a monumentous journey to undertake. You know, it's very difficult, and like Terry said, you cannot do it alone. So thank you again very much for everyone who has supported a graduate here today. Today, my duty is to introduce people that are much more important than I am. So, so I will commence with that duty. So, at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Daryl Podick. Dr. Podick is the Chief for Medical Education for the University of Washington, Gonzaga University Regional Health Partnership. He is Associate Dean within the University of Washington Department of Medicine. He is the Associate Program Director for the Providence Internal Medicine Residency, and Dr. Podick is a graduate of the University of Southern California's Keck School of Medicine. He is an internist who specializes in geriatrics. Dr. Podick.
Thank you. This is just great looking out and seeing so many people here to help you celebrate today. So I'm here today to just make a few remarks on behalf of the School of Medicine. And it's an honor for me to be here to participate in this ceremony, but also to share the stage with such wonderful people, your faculty, with Dr. McCullough, with Michael, and along with Dr. Keene as well. So as I think about graduations, I think about the culmination of a lot of hard work and a sense of accomplishment, and just a glimpse of what lies ahead. Yesterday, you are a student, and today you enter, and some of you re-enter, the medical profession. Yet you are still a student, a professional student. From here, some of you will go on to primary care, others will spend time in the operating room, others will go on to enter super specialized fields. But whatever your path, in the next phase of your career, you'll enter practices with a lot still to learn. You'll learn a lot about the field of medicine. You'll learn from your preceptors, your physicians. It'll be an exciting time to be able to put to good use all the things you've been learning for the last couple of years. There will be a time, though, that you'll get comfortable, and there will be a tendency to become complacent about what you know, and that this just becomes a job. Don't let that happen. You're entering a profession, and you will be lifelong students. I've said that before. I've said that to a group of high school students, and I've gotten a look of horror in their eyes, and hopefully that's not the same response from you all. So be a professional student, follow the latest developments and the best evidence and practices that relate to patient care. I want to emphasize one thing, and that's the word profession. People come to us when they're at their most vulnerable. They're sick, and they're not feeling well, and they're looking to you and trusting in you. Yet at the same time, the medical profession as a whole has never been under more scrutiny, and at times is viewed very skeptically. So before you have an opportunity, but also a responsibility to ensure that our profession is seen in the best possible light. It doesn't take much, just remembering the things you've learned over the last couple years. Giving patients the time they need, treating them with respect and dignity, and offering them the best possible care. Through these simple actions and your individual and collective integrity, you'll ensure that the medical profession, of which you are now a member, will be held in the highest esteem. I'd like to end with a quote from one of my heroes, Sir William Osler, and he said, it is more important to know the patient with the disease than what disease the patient has. With that, I'll close, say thank you, and I look forward to working with you alongside in the patient care arena. Thank you.
Next, it is an honor to introduce Dr. Thane McCullough, the president of Gonzaga University. Dr. McCullough is a graduate of Gonzaga University. He is also a graduate of Oxford University, where he was awarded a PhD in experimental social psychology. Dr. McCullough is the Vice Chair of the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities, as well as the Vice Chair of the Association of Jesuit Colleges and Universities. Please welcome Dr. McCullough.
Good morning, everyone. I am merely here to be part of this auspicious company, in particular you graduates, to congratulate you and to thank you on behalf of Gonzaga for enriching our campus community while you were embarking on and then pursuing your studies at the fabulous Schoenberg Center. I hope that your time at Gonzaga as part of your work with the University of Washington has been enriching, that you've received support along the way. We have certainly enjoyed having each and every one of you, as well as your faculty and the staff colleagues here on the campus during your time. When I graduated from Oxford, which was an unbelievable feat given the fact that I was a high school dropout for my parents, my mom put it all in perspective by saying, yeah, he's a doctor, but not that kind of doctor. And that still, for her generation, and indeed for mine as well, is a measure of the respect that the profession of medicine and the work that you are a part of is held by society, notwithstanding some of the challenges that Dr. Podek accurately describes. And I think it's very, very important that you know that for the small part that we've played in your educational journey, we hold you in tremendous esteem, and we hope that you have a long, successful career and journey wherever the path takes you, because this is a society that desperately needs people in your profession to do this work. There are just so many needs and so many issues and so many struggles that people are encountering in society. And you have power, and you have, in the eyes of some people, a certain specific kind of magic. And I want you to know that we are grateful to you, because we know that this has been a tremendous investment on your part, on the part of your families and all of those who support you. It costs real money, and it costs a real energy and time, and we respect and we appreciate that. We know without a doubt that the investment that you have made is going to pay tremendous dividends for society, and we hope that it also pays tremendous dividends for you as well. So on behalf of Gonzaga University, the University of Washington's partner in this endeavor, I wish to offer to each and every one of you our sincere, profound, and everlasting thanks. Thanks so much.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Misbah Keen. Dr. Keen is a family medicine physician. He is a graduate of the Government Medical College in Srinagar, the University of Kashmir. He is an associate professor and vice chair of education in the Department of Family Medicine, as well as an adjunct associate professor on biomedical informatics and medical education for the University of Washington School of Medicine. Please welcome Dr. Keen.
Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Great. Okay. So question for the graduates or soon-to-be graduates, how many of you have already found what you're going to do next, either a job or for the training? Raise your hands. Okay, excellent. A good number of you. So today I'm going to share with you a few things that my PA colleagues taught me about success in professional and personal life. And I started my family medicine practice in a rural small town in Othello, Washington. It's a town of about 6,000. And my colleagues included two physicians who were involved in starting the MEDEX program, Richard Bunch and his son, Randy Bunch, as well as two of the MEDEX first-class graduates, John Betts and Paul Snyder. So I had a number of interactions, and we worked really closely. And I want to share with you three things that left a lasting impact on me and that helped me grow as a professional. The first one, when I saw John, and it was clear that he was very well respected in the community. Not only people came to him for medical advice, but also for everything you can imagine. So if somebody had a problem with their pet or even a veterinary question, they would come to him. Somebody had questions about finance, somebody had questions about what their kid should do, they would come to him. And he had a wide variety of interests, and he was really generous with his time. So he really developed relationships. He really developed the ability to connect with these people. And you know, being a new clinician, whenever we all make mistakes, and whenever I would make a mistake and somebody would be upset at me not getting back to them on time, all I had to say, oh, I worked with John, and they would forgive me, and I would keep my patience. So one of the conversations I had with John was, what is it that made you so successful? And he shared with me the important thing that the key is to find a place wherein your talents and wherein what you want to do aligns with what that organization or what that place is trying to do. So that's often we go out and look for what's the best paying job, but we sometimes don't look at what is going to happen in 4 years, 5 years from now. And the key to happiness is that alignment. There's a number of studies that have looked at it, which have found the exact same thing, that the key to being happy is aligning your personal interests and your values with what the profession or that organization is trying to do. Or some people call it picking up the right pond. So be a fish in the pond wherein you will be happy and you will find success. The second thing is kind of a fun one, in which one of the other PAs who was not part with MEDEX, Steve Zerker, he was an avid golfer. And he's the one who taught me about how to be a better golfer. And one of the things he shared with me is like, okay, you know, you gotta hurry up, you gotta do things in time, but you need to know what to hurry up and what to put the time in. So for instance, when I'm going to take a golf swing, I wanna make sure that I have no distractions, that everything is fine before I take the swing. But I can hurry up when I'm walking and picking up the ball or looking for chatting with others. So the key in golf is to hurry up the things that don't matter and take your time on the things that do. And if you look at the practice of medicine, it's exactly the same. So you take your time with the patients, but you hurry up things, hopefully like paperwork, although I know that takes a long time, but you hurry up the things that don't matter. And if you look at, and there was a study done on Nobel laureates, and they found that what are some highly successful people and what do they have in common? And one of the most common things they found is that they each had a hobby outside of work, wherein they could decompress, wherein they could think, and wherein they could relate to outside of work, and that helped them grow in their professional life as well. The third thing is, always look for opportunities. One of the things that I liked about John was not only he was an astute clinician, but he actually actively sought opportunities of helping other people. He would come to me and say, oh, what questions have you found? A carpenter, I know that, you had some issues with your fence. Have you found somebody who would help you? And here's a list of people who might be able to help you, things like that. He would actually not only help people, but he would seek opportunities to help people. And that made a big impact not only on me, but also on his patients. And he would always follow up. Whenever I would ask him a question, he would always follow up and say, okay, this is what you would want to do. And that's the key to cultivating relationships. And And I want to tell you, really, relationships are everything. And the fact that I have started in academia when coming from rural practice and grown to be the vice chair of the department in 10 years I've been there has been because of the relationships I've cultivated within my professional life. So keep that in mind, that is not an important thing to do, but it's probably the most important thing to do. And looking back on my own career, and some of the things that have been most successful have been these three things. And I hope that you can take this and apply it to your own personal and professional life. I would like to wish you all my best and hope you have a wonderful career.
Okay. At this time, I would like to introduce Spokane Class President 20, Spokane Class 20 President, Cody Solers. More error disclosure later. All right. And actually, following Cody's address, Noah Schutz will be taking the podium to speak on behalf, or maybe I should say about, the members of Spokane Class 20. All right.
Thank you. So traditionally, graduation speeches are variations of the same theme. Wise, experienced individual dons a gown and steps before the audience to dispense their advice upon the graduates and the guests in the audience. The theme is usually some variant of the same three topics: success, failure, and happiness. If you can weave these together, you get bonus points. Of course, as I thought about what to say today, the irony of having the youngest person in the class try and bestow upon you their wisdom and experience became glaringly obvious. But in reality, very few of us ever have all the answers on what begets success, prevents failures, or results in happiness. All we can hope for is to strive towards each of those things, learning along the way, and in small ways becoming the wiser versions of ourselves that we hope to be. So while I cannot bestow upon you any of my own valuable life lessons, I thought instead I would share 3 words with you today. These 3 words, I hope, will serve as reminders to you as you go forth in your careers and lives, not just for the graduates, but also for those who attend today, who continually support and encourage my peers. The first word I chose was grace. Grace is the undeserved favor bestowed upon another person, and it is something I encourage everyone here to practice, both graduates and those with them. Practice grace with your patients when they are non-compliant. Practice grace with your partners when they have none themselves. Medicine is frequently thankless, often tragic, and never easy. Have grace with yourselves as you learn, as you make mistakes, and as you grow. Life is difficult, and as we carry the weight of problems from our patients, from our staff, from our families, take time to practice having grace. Remember that your patients and your staff do not share your training, your knowledge, your beliefs, or your jargon. Grace will allow you to have patience, and I hope will allow you to not unduly carry the burden of illness and decline, but rather rejoice in the accomplishments and successes we curate and nurture. The next word I chose was failure. While in our society we are taught to avoid failure, I rather encourage you to seek it out. Do not be afraid of failure, rather learn to live alongside it and allow it to be your teacher. Though people look to us for guidance and healing, we do not have all the answers in life. We will often be seen as things we are not: counselors, clergy, miracle workers. In our attempts to heal, we may actually harm, and rather than running from those mistakes, look to embrace these moments. With ample grace, failure can be a great teacher. When your carefully chosen words give no solace, when your treatments cause side effects, when you let emotion overtake your judgments, use those moments as lessons. Failure. And lastly, my final word today is humility. It is an odd word to choose on a day celebrating our successes and accomplishments, but without humility, we lose our humanity. Be thankful for this opportunity we have had here. Where others have tried and failed, we have succeeded. And we cannot forget the respect we have for our future vocation. With great privilege comes great responsibility, Never be complacent in your abilities or in your knowledge. Rather, always be seeking to better yourself and those around you. Remember that your license isn't just a certificate of completion, but a contract with our society based on trust and the prior accomplishments of your colleagues. Never let pride and stagnation get in the way of your growth. Furthermore, the things we have accomplished here were not done in a vacuum. Give thanks to those here today. Without their support, their love, we would not be sitting in this room. Humility. As we leave here today, I hope you can take these 3 words with you. Give grace as often as you can. Learn to always appreciate your failures, and always find pride in having humility. Finally, I would like to give some thanks from the Spokane Class 20. To our staff, we thank you. We were told at the beginning that MEDEX is like taking a drink from a fire hose. I can say it felt more like a colonic than a drink, but that's just me. Thank you for everything that you have taught us and for every way that you have supported us. In particular, I would like to thank Heidi. Without you, we would never have shown up anywhere on time and never made it out alive. And thank you to Gonzaga for allowing us to take up shop on your beautiful campus during our didactic training. Our entire class appreciated the afternoons and evenings spent in your coffee shops and recreation center, small things that made a big difference in our lives. And finally, thank you to those who are with us today. We will never fully express how much we appreciate the support and compassion you have shown us over the past 2 years. Enjoy today, good luck on the pants, and for the rest of time, go Dogs. Thank you.
That's a hard one to follow. And Terry, thanks so much for saying this is informal, because that is the thread through my entire speech. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for showing up to help us celebrate on this huge day. I'm not really sure who's more excited, the students that made it through in one piece or the faculty that made it through in one piece. I think it's fair to say that the Spokane Class 20 was pretty spicy. We are an eclectic crew of people, and we have such a wide variety of personalities, stories, and idiosyncrasies that we felt it deserved to be highlighted and emphasized on this special day. And somehow, even though it's causing extreme anxiety on behalf of some of my classmates, I got handed the microphone. So here's the activity. When I say your name, please stand up. I'll say a few words. They'll probably embarrass you. They'll hopefully make you smile, but ultimately give all of our guests a glimpse into why Class 20 is so awesome. Here we go. Jamie. Your ability to manage chaos is inspiring. While I was overwhelmed about my daily burrito order at Chipotle, you were planning a wedding that happened in our lobby, literally between classes. Your smile never ended, and neither did your innuendos. Congratulations. Abby, another Wonder Woman that has a laugh that makes you want to laugh too. She helped us not feel completely incompetent when we got ready for our surgical rotations, and didn't shame me for not knowing that I had to wear underwear to the OR. You're the best. Take care of your back. Congratulations. Stephanie, the queen bee of sideways compliments. She will roast you without hesitation. Show up late, roasted. Ask a last-minute question, roasted. Forget your underwear once, roasted. Put a community service activity together, though, and she will be there from setup to takedown, and she'll bring her kids in tow. Faithful to the end, congratulations. Dan Boyd. Dan Boyd, a road warrior, a world traveler, a sender of snowboards, a lover of kids in a wholesome way, and a huge fan of cooked fish and powder milk. He helped me with some of this material, so if I go down, you're going down with me. Congratulations. Kaylee. She has single-handedly caused everyone in this class to lurd at least once. We always had someone to blame our dyslexia on, and you carried that burden with grace and humor. Also, I feel like your crowning achievement during PA school is learning how to brew drinkable coffee. Congratulations. Jesse. I don't really know how you did it, but you showed up later more often than I ever did, and you always got away with it. You also mastered the art of never getting called on, so congratulations. Peter's the most resourceful member of our class. He literally took advantage of every free resource he found. On-campus showers, laundry in our building's basement. Marissa made him lunch for months. He also is the only one of us that got kicked out of our building at 2 a.m. by campus security, not from studying, but just because he liked it there. As a PA, you'll finally be able to afford a hotel. Congratulations. Miss Emily Luz, type A to the core and proud of it. Emily would participate in social activities as long as they ended before the sun went down. She'd be up before some of us went to bed. Her organizational skills will literally make your palms sweat. It makes us all feel good that, at least with Emily, one professional will graduate from today. Congratulations. Michaela, fastest test taker in the history of this program. I think she's actually already graduated. My blurb for her is probably too long right now. My most memorable phrase from her to myself and a few other slower classmates was, "How do you even function?" And the jury is still out on that. Congratulations. Lance. I don't really know what to highlight with Lance. You've contributed so much to the class. Maybe just some real gems to remember you by. Molasses enemas, manual manipulation techniques, you figuring out your gluten allergy in class with a lot of trial and error. You made us laugh, you made our eyes water. You will never be forgotten. Congratulations. Cody, the youngest yet somehow the most mature person in our class. He crushes everything he does. Tests, aces him. Professional dress, Esquire. Class pres nailed it. Poker face needs a little bit of work, especially when you take a job in internal medicine and you're ordering Lance's molasses enemas. Congratulations. Vito, Anthony Vito, there he is. Hands down the most attractive person in our class. It's distracting when he's talking to you because you're not used to seeing Abercrombie cutouts speak. I always hoped to beat him on tests because his hair alone put him at 100%. Sit down, you stud. Leah. Sweet Leah from Kansas. A giggler, an occasional lurder. She did live with Kaylee. A fellow fan of eating all meals during class. I've never seen someone show up to class after not having slept for 72 hours and still look as put together at every midterm, at every final, for an entire year as you. Congratulations. Tina. Oh, Tina. What do we say? We know a lot about you, Tina. 20 years physical therapist, Carroll College, volleyball player, a total voracious opponent at Cahoots. And even when you got it wrong, you made us think you got it right. What's the answer? A. No, it's C. Yes. Congratulations, Tina. Adam. There he is. Our go-to EKG guru. Even when you got them totally wrong, we believed you because we had no idea what we were talking about. Patty changed that. Patty changed that. But you kept us going for a really long time, and we thank you. We also always thank you for having a bottle of wine in your backpack. Congratulations. Brendan. Just as consistent as Don Curver's jokes, Brendan was a rock from beginning to end, no drama. Oh, and he was also a professional athlete and celebrity. I was happy to make it to the gym. Brendan was traveling with an indoor football team. Sit down, you stud. Primo. Our Mexican hermano. Between your giant hat, mustache, and awesome belt buckle, you ramped up our diversity quotient by 300%. We also learned how to navigate the ins and outs of the disposal of urine in Spanish. Felicidades, cabrón. Lisa. We're getting there. Lisa, a back row powerhouse. Lisa dominated the seat closest to the door, which made it hard for those of us that showed up late to sneak in successfully. Just stellar in all things punctual, professional, and put together. A fun fact, she never missed one weekend visiting her husband through all of PA school. Always made it back home. Congratulations. Zach is a long-distance runner. He always is chugging away, minds his own business, gets his work done, causes literally no drama, shows up dapper when at least expected with a bow tie on, which his wife ties, and made a comment that will forever help us remember how a Nuva ring fits. Snug, not a piggy bank. Congratulations. The Colonel, Sam. Sam, somehow after discussing dress codes ad nauseum at the beginning of the year, you managed to show up in Speedo shorts, shower sandals, and reflective bike gear for 9 months straight. And you never looked concerned about it. And I'm sure it had nothing to do with your capstone, right? Which was about medical use of marijuana? All right? Yeah, okay. Congratulations. Lucas. We never really knew which gutter your mind would be in from day to day, but it didn't matter because you always let us know. Thanks for taking one for the team and spending all of our class funds in Vegas. We're sure you spent them responsibly. Thanks for always making us laugh and feeling just slightly uncomfortable. Congratulations. Ivy, the most ruthless fundraiser we have on our team. Yep, pretty awesome. She actually has been blacklisted from Chipotle for her cutthroat tactics that raked in $500 of burrito money in 2 hours. You single-handedly kept Lucas at the craps table. So that's a win. And how do you pronounce your name? Just like it's Gorgovchenko. Yeah. Congratulations. Marissa. Mama Marissa, our very own mother hen. We wouldn't have made it through nearly as successfully without your ability to corral this herd of cats that is our graduating class. You cooked for Peter. You participated in every volunteer event. And when you yell at me to sit down, I strangely obey without any questions. Your hair is a freak flag. Let it fly. Congratulations. 2 more. B. Taft. The gentle giant, he eats 10,000 calories a day. His lunchbox is the size of a family picnic cooler. He squats like 800 pounds, and yet when he talks, it's more like wholesome than Mr. Rogers. You know when he's mad when he says things like, oh golly gee, and oh my word. And how is your hair always so flawless also? Congratulations. And Willie. You have an impressive knack, Willie, for keeping things real and not letting anybody get away with anything. Even our grammar, the fact that a non-native English speaker kept our syntax on point is still confusing. Your red pen sent Dan Boyd into cold sweats. She tells you like it is, and we love her for it, even if her patients won't. Congratulations. And finally, the professors, the faculty, Patty Hahn. You can stand up. You know that one person that we all have in life that you never want to disappoint? Like when your kids and your parents ask if you've washed your hands, and you did, and you just go over to put your hands in their face so they can smell it and it smells like soap, well, that's Patty. Except instead of making her smell our hands, we had to recite Scarabosa's criteria for new left bundle branch blocks, recognize strain patterns, and elevated J points. Thank you very much, Patty. Don is back, Don Corver. Don, you're a legend around here. Just a few choice lines to remember you by. I thought you'd be playing golf right now. You like it so much you often play the same fairway twice. It's a reference to him shanking his golf ball everywhere. A chance to cut is a chance to cure, right? And always earn your style points. Thanks, Don. Mike Smith, another gentle giant. It was always great to have him with us during our clinical testing because we knew that no matter how nervous we were, he was always just as sweaty as we were. It was like sympathy sweat. We really appreciated it, Mike. Thanks. A couple more. Colleen Smith. You're never quite sure if her smirk is a smile or is her way of saying that you're kind of an idiot. If you took it as a smile, you felt great. If you took it as being an idiot, you tried harder. I, for one, got a lot of smirks. Either way, it's a super effective teaching strategy. Thanks, Colleen. Dr. Whipple, the whip. You somehow managed to cram so much information into a 3-hour lecture that you had to talk so fast that you winded yourself. We never knew PowerPoint actually let you put in over 300 slides. You proved that wrong. Thank you for completely overwhelming us. Heidi. Oh, Heidi, where's Heidi? Heidi's over here. If Heidi was an object, she'd be one of those life rafts on the Titanic. Like, you know, as the whole ship is going down, you run over and cling to for dear life. On behalf of the entire Spokane Class 20, I apologize for the generalized anxiety disorder and PTSD that we've caused, but at least now we can write you scripts with refills. Thank you for keeping us afloat. Annie, is Annie here? Annie's on this side. All I have to say is good luck, you're gonna need it. And Sarah. Sarah was our pharmacology professor, led our behavioral health classes as well. And no matter how good our reviews for her were, she was always bummed that we would give her guest lectures a round of applause instead of her. So this is us making up for it. So I'd like everybody to stand up, please. And let's give Sarah the round of applause that she deserves. Thanks for bearing with me. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, that was fun. That was exciting. I was a little nervous. Wasn't sure what exactly was going to happen, but seems like it turned out well and there are no casualties. All right. So, you know, as I am the chair of PRD, and I think we talk about error disclosure, I have to. There's an error in the graduation book here. So, if you look back on where it says scholarship and award winners, Marissa Stoops looks like a rock star, and she actually is. But some of those actually belong to Lisa Yusi. So Lisa Yusi is also a scholarship winner who deserves our recognition and my apology for getting it wrong in the program. So that's error number one. Error number two is I am not actually doing the recognition of military service. That's actually going to be done by Mr. Pat Grimm, your clinical coordinator. Pat.
Thank you, Mike. It is my distinct pleasure this morning to recognize military service among our PA graduates. But before we do that, please indulge me with a brief historical perspective that is pertinent to our graduation ceremony. In the mid-1960s, physician shortages and uneven distribution of primary care doctors were creating a strain on the nation's healthcare delivery system. At that time, and despite the extensive medical training and experience among military combat medics, there was no corresponding civilian healthcare profession where these skilled veterans could make full use of their expertise. A remarkable visionary, Eugene Steed, Jr., then chairman of the Department of Medicine at Duke University, believed that a new breed of practitioners could increase consumer access to healthcare services. Thus, he enrolled the first class of former military medics into a new program designed to train physician extenders. In doing so, Dr. Steed developed this new curriculum based partly on the fast-track physician training implemented by the military during World War II. Subsequently, the very first PAs graduated in 1967. In the late 1960s, Dr. Richard Smith also recognized this need. There's a picture of Dr. Smith in the back of your flyers. Particularly throughout the rural communities of the Pacific Northwest. After receiving funds for a federal demonstration project in 1969, Dr. Smith enrolled the first class of former military medics and corpsmen into the new MEDEX Northwest program at the University of Washington in Seattle. Ever since those early years, MEDEX has proudly led the way with the highest percentage of veteran students in a civilian program. And I believe in the upcoming class we have something like 16 military coming in. As you see, military veterans have provided a rich tradition and innumerable contributions to the PA profession. So it is with great honor today that I recognize military service among our current graduates, faculty, staff, and those in this audience. I'm a retired major of the Air Force, as is Mike, and with 26 years of military service and 13 ranks. And it's a tradition amongst the military to recognize each of us when we get into these environments. And right now, as I call out your name, with the following military veterans among MEDEX Spokane Class 20, please stand and remain standing to be recognized for your service. Audience, please hold your applause. Sam Millett, Colonel, United States Army, and Zach Stiles, United States Army. Lastly, on this issue, because I'm going to talk some more about clinical year, please have your seat. Lastly, would all U.S. veterans among the faculty, staff, and our guests please stand and be recognized for your service to country? And how about a resounding applause for these selfless Americans and their selfless service? Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to speak a little bit about the clinical year, which was quite an exciting time for me. I appreciate, after having taught emergency medicine in the military and spent my time and career at other university programs, I found this class to be exceptional and a wonderful group to work with, and I thank all of you for all your hard work and support on your clinical year. During your year-long journey, you learned about selfless service from others, from your preceptors for your patients, something that has enriched you at the UW by our military heritage connection, which was selfless service. Selfless service is a motto used throughout the military commands, and now selfless service will carry on with you throughout your career, and someday we hope you will precept others to carry on a tradition. Believe me, someday we'll be calling on you to become preceptors. Your clinical year would not have been a success if not for the volunteer providers who have precepted you to this graduation possibility. Preceptors who have spent hundreds to thousands of hours of selfless service towards producing the best PAs in the country. And for the sake of the patients, you will serve with them. If you do simple math, providers have volunteered this graduating class at least 40,000 hours of hands-on clinical education over the clinical year, which is pretty significant considering it's volunteer. For that, I would like to recognize one of those outstanding providers in inpatient internal medicine at Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center with a small token of our appreciation, who has received outstanding evaluations from all her students, and for her years since 2014 of dedicated support for PA education in what we consider to be one of the toughest and most intense rotations we have. One that surely will boost your blood pressure. Dr. Kirsten Uter, if you would please come up and be recognized, a small gift from us to you. Dr. Uter. It's not much, but it's all we have. A little W mug, a nice MEDEX bag, and a sphygmomanometer. I still can't say it. It's an anthem, but I think. I know there are more preceptors in the audience who have also volunteered many hours towards our students' goals who we can't thank enough, and we appreciate all that you do for MEDEX PA medical education. With a sincere thanks from all of us at MEDEX, could we please have them stand now and be recognized? Are there other, please? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good job.
I guess I'm introducing myself, so. My name's Tim Evans. I give a lot of lectures. We are fortunate at MEDEX that we have really outstanding students. And when you have students like ours, if you put them somewhere in the general vicinity of knowledge, they will soak it up and learn it. But we and they are also fortunate that we have some terrific instructors. And each year the graduating class gets to select 3 people to whom we present the MEDEX Golden Apple Award. This award recognizes the effort, expertise, and excellence of these people in the classroom. The 3 recipients this year are, first of all, Dr. Linda Vorbeck. Dr. Vorbeck is a board-certified family physician. She's the clinic chief at the University of Washington Neighborhood Smoky Point Clinic in Arlington, Washington. Dr. Vorbeck is the former director of didactic affairs for the MEDEX program. She spoke in the pathophysiology course where she lectured on GYN and breast pathophysiology. A few student comments. Dr. Vorbeck did a wonderful job. She was so passionate about this topic and kept my attention the entire lecture. She clearly knows her material. Another student wrote, excellent lecture, informative yet fun and interesting. Lecture style was interactive with good handouts. PowerPoint presentation and objectives provided for accurate studying and learning. Dr. Vorbeck is a very good instructor. And a third student wrote, Dr. Vorbeck did an excellent job. She made the lecture fun, interactive, and explained concepts exceptionally well. I would love to have more lectures from her, and I'm sure future classes will. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Vorbeck. Say a few words. The next recipient is a legend in our mind, in his own time. T.J. Byrne, PAC. TJ is an NCCPA board-certified physician assistant. He currently works in the street medicine and the community outreach department of Heritage Health in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. TJ is a former UW faculty member with the MEDEX program. He taught in the behavioral medicine course, lecturing on healthcare for people living homeless. Some student comments. TJ is probably the most passionate speaker we have had thus far. His level of caring and respect for his fellow man far surpasses that of most people I have met in my life. So glad that he could bring some of his friends along with him. Great lecture, multiple exclamation points. Second student, this was an incredible lecture. TJ did a fantastic job explaining where his work fits into an incomplete healthcare system that leaves many people behind. The panel was an awesome way to have a candid conversation with people who understand that lifestyle. I thought it was fantastic, very inspiring. The third student, best lecture ever. This was amazing. The men who came had really interesting stories that challenged some of my own biases about people living homeless, and TJ's passion for his work was inspiring. Please join me in congratulating TJ Byrne. There is one more who's not able to be with us today. This is Dr. Jacob Pounds, who's probably working. He's a practicing psychologist who worked for Kaiser Permanente. He spoke also in the behavioral medicine course, lectured on somatization, and he gives many behavioral medicine lectures. Though he's not here, let me share a few comments from students. I'm always looking forward to Dr. Pounds' lectures. All his lectures are interactive, and he's just a super cool guy who knows how to keep things interesting, funny, and informative. One of my favorite guests. Another student commented, Dr. Pounds should be on faculty at MEDEX. He always delivers great lectures and is practical about real-world patient scenarios. Appreciate his lectures each time. A third student, Dr. Pounds is always great. Good lecture, good relevant material, and fun conversations that are relevant to the material. And the students couldn't quit. There's a fourth one. Always a pleasure. It's so great to see how caring you are about your patients. Hope you lecture again soon. We will be sure that Dr. Pounds gets his Golden Apple Award as well, along with your thanks.
Good morning. I'm Sarah Serpinus. I am one of the faculty in Spokane, the potions professor. I am going to be giving the first student award of the morning. So this is the John B. Coombs Leadership Award. Dr. Coombs was the Associate Dean for Regional Affairs and Rural Health in the School of Medicine and had a long record of promoting the PA profession. This award is presented to students in each training site who have become role models to their peers, have assumed some of the responsibilities of leadership during their training, and have carried out those responsibilities with integrity, cooperation, and understanding. The recipient of this award was selected by his peers to lead, but probably had no idea of what this would ultimately entail. When things got tough during didactic year, which they did, he sought out opportunities to work with classmates, and he worked behind the scenes with MEDEX faculty and staff to maintain a positive learning environment. Despite the sometimes challenging classroom dynamics, he remained calm, or at least he appeared to remain calm to us. This year's winner of the John B. Coombs Leadership Award is your Spokane Class 20 President, Cody Soldiers. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Colleen Smith. I'm faculty here in Spokane, and this class is very important to me because they are the first class that I started with and finished with, so they're my first graduating class. They mean a lot to me. This morning I have the honor to give an award for the Barbara Gunter Flynn Underserved. This award is given in honor of Barbara, who was a leader in many ways. She started out her career in the military profession, moved as a PA to a large medical group in administration, but always had her heart in rural medicine. She returned to teach at the Yakima campus first and then Spokane to provide underserved population with their medical providers. This year's recipient is an excellent example of Barbara's leadership. She has the qualities that Barb saw fit for rural care. She is consistently a great student. She was always looking to improve herself, even if she got 100% on a test. She was not wrapped up in the adversity of the classroom that we all know was existing. This student plans to return to rural Montana, where she started out her career prior to MEDEX. This year's recipient, I'm proud to give this award to one of my advisees, Michaela Whitmore.
Good morning. I'm Karen Wick. I'm the MEDEX Director of Research and Graduate Programs, and it is my privilege to announce the Writing Award. This award is given to a student at each of the MEDEX campuses who has responded to the written assignments with creativity and skill. The individual who has been selected for this award here embraced those written assignments, took them as learning opportunities, demonstrated through the written assignments that she will be a lifelong learner, and for the larger master's paper, embraced a challenging topic, challenging because there wasn't much that was published about it, but she did a terrific job, and the faculty have selected Emily Luz for the Writing Award. I also get to announce a couple of capstone awards. So the master's students started out a year ago with their heads in their hands, facing down a big project that they had to do, and a lot of you thought you wouldn't be able to master it. But yesterday afternoon, you presented your capstone projects and you all did an amazing job. Congratulations. The faculty have selected, there are a few of these capstone awards, and Seattle will be presenting next week, but we do have a couple that the faculty evaluated yesterday. And so the students present either an oral verbal presentation or a poster presentation. And for the Spokane class, the faculty thought that the best poster presentation yesterday was presented by Noah Sheets. Congratulations. And this was a close one, but the faculty thought that the best oral presentation was given by Emily Luz.
So, just as ripples spread out when a single pebble is dropped into the water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects. The Dalai Lama. I'm Dr. Whipple, Be prepared to be overwhelmed one last time. But, like I always said, everything is important. So I've been given the honor of presenting the Spirit of MEDEX Award. This award goes to a student that is felt to have represented their class and MEDEX in the best possible way. They have been a positive role model, effective spokesperson, and have strived to not only live up to the MEDEX mission statement of outreach, community service, and collaboration within the context of their education, but also in their personal life. This year's recipient so exemplifies this mission that they could have been the inspiration for it if they were quite a bit older. The fiber of service has been inextricably interwoven in all aspects of their life, whether engaged in academic pursuits, professional roles, or even hobbies. In essence, most of their professional and personal activities have a fundamental aspect of service to individuals, groups, countries, the environment, and ultimately the planet. When you meet this person, you would never know the depth or breadth of their accomplishments. One of their references for the MEDEX application summarized them by saying, despite considerable life experience, they have a remarkable sense of humility. The individual has participated in and been recognized for endeavors in local, national, and international projects, including, and here's the overwhelming part, work with International Center for Rainforest Conservation and Development in Guyana, collaboration with the Ecuadorian delegation to the 2009 Copenhagen Climate Change Conference, through the Peace Corps, worked directly with central offices of the Mexican National Forest Commission in Guadalajara to support the development of programs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and spearheaded the creation and implementation of a community-based forest resource monitoring program. Authored a winning essay that resulted in work with climate change professionals at the Norwegian Polar Institute. Developed a natural history curriculum for students aged 6 to 18 and taught various outdoor classes on environmental science communicated completely in American Sign Language. And in his spare time, offered free community salsa lessons in an effort to build community, increase cultural appreciation, and promote physical activity. If you Google his name, you can find that salsa video. While at MEDEX, they took on the role of the Director of Community Outreach for the class, took a lead in a wilderness medicine course that was presented as an interprofessional education event at WSU, got a group together to support Blessings Under the Bridge during the winter term, did a clinical rotation with Heritage Health and TJ, where they excelled working with underserved population. They also were the winner of the Barbara Gunter Flynn Memorial Scholarship, which is awarded to a student who is inspirational, demonstrating a commitment to service in the medically underserved. In his own words from his application, I am inspired by service based on the understanding that we as human beings share a common experience, one that is made more joyful and harbors greater opportunity when grounded in wellness and health. We have no doubt that the winner of this year's award will continue to provide service with humility to those who need it the most, both here and abroad. It's with great honor and respect I present the Spokane Class 20 Spirit of MEDEX Award to Noah Schutz.
So before we move on with the rest of this, I just want to pause for a moment and just absorb the awesomeness of Class 20. You all are an impressive bunch. We made the right choices when we selected these folks. I'm impressed with you all. Audience, you have to be proud of your graduates. These folks are going to do great things. We're going to look forward to where you're going to be. Thank you. So now we come to the part of the ceremony which we've all been waiting for, the handing out of the certificates. So this is where we're going to take a moment. We're going to reconfigure the stage. We ask the folks in the audience, this is the time to come unglued to those seats you've been sitting in for the last 45, 50 minutes. Come on down, take a photo of your graduate, all right? So give us just a moment while we do that. Also, I want to remind folks that before we wrap it up, we want to get you guys one last photo, so don't forget, okay? All right, so give us just a moment as we reconfigure the stage. Thank you.
Again, we'll first be presenting certificates to the students who have completed their bachelor's degree in clinical health services. First student, Daniel James Boyd. Jesse Manuel Classi. Stephanie Elizabeth Clough. Lance M. Moline. Lucas Richard Shulman. Marissa Yvonne Stoops. Brian Taft. Lisa UC. We will now present the students who have received their master's degree in clinical health sciences. They'll receive a certificate as well as hoodie. Adam David Boyd. Jamie Michelle Sharist. Noah Schutz. Brendan James Garcia. Anessa Ivy Gorkovchenko. Peter D. Marburger, Jr. Willie Metzger Rush. Samuel Kingsbury Millett. Primitivo Rendon. Christina Marie Rust. Abigail Lee Sari. Cody Robert Solders. Zachary Stiles. Kaylee Sylvester. Leah Ray Talley. Anthony Vito. Michaela Whitmore. Luke Schulman, we need to have you come back on the stage. Apparently you didn't get your certificate. Can't miss that photo op. Were you worried?
So thank you for indulging us in that little mistake in the ceremony there, young man. So on behalf of the University of Washington School of Medicine and the MEDEX program, I am pleased to present the graduating class of Spokane, Class 20. So this ends the formal ceremony. Again, we'd like to have the graduates get up here for one last photo op, and thank you all for attending.